Hey, this is Jerry Visca, the publisher of Defyeneurs, and welcome to the Visionaries issue that is kicking off the 2017 new year. And man, are we excited, because today we are live. We are live with MO Hagan of London. She was recently featured as our cover story in the top 50 health and wellness tips. And man, I am super pumped. MO Hagan, welcome.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to be here, Jerry.
You know, Mo, these last few months, watching your progress and just your energy in Defyeneurs and beyond is just completely blows my mind, and I love it. And I'm just super, super excited. There's certain interviews that I'm excited about, and then there's others that I'm just like literally flying off the chandelier. So there's a quote here that I want to kick off with, and I love it, and it just kind of sets it off. It goes like this: "It is my vision to link health and wealth so that people can live longer and better. If you don't have your health, nothing else matters." I want you to share with listeners, why does the world need visionaries now more than ever?
Well, Jerry, while the world's always needed visionaries, it's more important now than ever before. And I feel that for a number of reasons. One, as the world has become so much smaller, a village, I call it, it's become crazier, more fast-paced and chaotic and unhappy. And I really believe that to keep us working together for the betterment of the world, we need more visionaries and leaders to do what they do best, create the path, have the ability to see into the future with that bold sense of clarity. They have the courage to be a risk taker, which is so important. I'm going to explain why in just a moment. And then to have those, not only those unique set of skills that you're both born with and that you create through your alignment with others in the world through experiences, but most importantly, visionaries have an attitude of greatness in both themselves and in others to lift people up and help create direction for them to take action on. And the point I wanted to bring back to all of that was I, myself, as being in my mid-50s, I've been very privileged with a career in healthcare, and I've watched around me, my friends, my family, my associates and others, we've all aged. It sounds silly, but we have. And the world has been blessed by the boom of the baby boomer. That's why it's called the baby boomer, the largest group of a population that is now, who has shaped the economy, the world's trends, what's, leading the world. And now they're starting to exit the workplace. They're starting to retire. The front of the baby boomer generation is retiring. The middle is in transition. And the end boomer, which is me, I'm the tail end boomer, we're now starting to contemplate and plan for our retirement. So that leaves a wide open space, opportunity, and risk for the generation coming in to lead the world. And I really believe with the different traits that the Gen Ys, X's, and especially the millennials possess, there is some risk there in terms of the qualities of leaders. So we need to help create new leaders that are visionary and that will be able to continue to take the world in the direction it needs to go, which, like I said, is ever-changing and really does need the visionary type leader.
I love it. I love how you define visionaries. It's so fantastic. And, I love how you share that visionaries have this attitude of greatness and they lift people up. And I think that's great. I mean, your contribution to healthcare is phenomenal. I've actually renamed that, just so you know, to MoCare, because I think
I love it.
I think it's more appropriate. Let's just call it MoCare. And, I love this issue of Defyeneurs. It's, as you know, every year we kick off a new kind of manifesto and a mantra, and visionaries. This whole year of 2017 is about, people with vision like yourself. And it's another reason why I decided to proudly locate you in what I call the last word, the final word, the inside back cover of Defyeneurs. But there's a special section, and I call this profile a world of motion. And the accolades, the work you've done in 2016 is probably equivalent to what 90 other people would do your publishing accolades, how you've established so many incredible movements. Even your Women Who Influence event recently in Toronto was sold out, and I just think all of your work is reaching this new kind of definition, this new epic level, and I feel like you're defining, you're contributing to what I call a new ROI in the world, where we all reach out and inspire others. That's what's going to change the world, and I see you doing that. So, how will your vision in 2017 contribute to this new ROI?
Well, first of all, thank you for allowing me the last word. My mother always said I wanted the last word, so thank you. I'm honored and grateful, and I have to say I am so pumped to be aligned with the other profiles that you are including in this incredible special issue of Defyeneurs. I truly believe that like attracts like, and when I saw you post that there was only a few spots left, I wrote you and I said, I need to be part of this. So thank you for allowing me the opportunity, number one, and for the last word. I feel that, my contribution to a new ROI for the world is changing and evolving, as I believe all leaders should do to maintain relevancy. My contribution going forward, having been in the healthcare and now the MoCare world for 30 years, I've embraced healthcare from the time I was born, my entire career surrounded by healthcare professionals. I've worked in both ends of the healthcare spectrum. And what I've seen, both as a physiotherapist working in critical care, a athletic therapist working with elite athletes, and now as a certified established fitness professional, I guess we call ourselves fitness veterans, I've seen the journey that people are taking through their life. And I'm watching the challenges that people are facing. However they've chosen to live their life up to this point, we're all at risk for the challenges we face because of lifestyle and because of the environment we live in. And we all need to be proactive. And my vision to contribute to that new ROI is to align healthcare with self-care, to allow people to take responsibility for their own healthcare versus awaiting for a diagnosis to then do something about their health. And the way that I choose to do that is the way I've led so far, and that is my passion for educating, teaching, and leading, starting with myself as a role model, but to find a way to communicate, but creatively communicate, to inspire and to influence people to associate healthcare with daily living so that it doesn't feel like it's a chore, a workout, hard, painful, but more of a choice to live, because people are going to pay for their health one way or another. They're going to pay to keep it and maintain it, or they're going to keep it, or they're going to pay for it to fight to get it back. And going forward, especially as the biggest population in the world is aging, they're going to need a new health care. They're going to need a way to take care of themselves. And I feel I can serve that world in a way through what I'm already doing, but also getting into a new audience. And I've been blessed this year. I call it serendipity, but I've been invited to speak in the financial world. Mm-hmm. And it started out as motivation, and now it's become part of a financial plan. One large Canadian financial institution has chosen proactively to align lifestyle and fitness as part of a financial plan for their private clients, and to help them so that when they reach retirement and they're ready to start to live their life with the financial freedom that they've worked their entire career to have, that they're going to have the health care that aligns with it. So that's one of my, purposes, is to create a new way of living and saving so that people will have health along with wealth. And that will involve me being out there in that part of the corporate world. And the other ways that I'm contributing to the new ROI is I've been invited to write not one, but 2 and perhaps 3 new books this year, all catering to this new need in society for people to take responsibility and pro-choice to gaining better health and happiness. And so those are just a couple of the things, along with what I'm already doing with the contributions I'm making to the online world of Huffington Post Canada and to the other engagements that I have both in the fitness world and in the consumer world with what I'm doing in the fitness industry.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, I love how you share like attracts like, and there's no question that you're attracting just a phenomenal, team and energy around you. And I really love how you share that, leaders need to evolve. And I see that in you, and I see, you don't stop. And it's another reason why, I've termed this profile a world of motion. And, even your profile itself, I mean, there's just this huge, real sense of dynamism. I mean, the energy of your photos, it sucks you right into the pages, and it's always one of my greatest challenges to try to articulate the essence of an exceptional leader like yourself in a two-dimensional format when there's just so much dimension to you. So I love that. I love this whole combination of lifestyle and fitness. There's another quote you share, and it goes like this: I want to help create a new and different fitness industry. And it's definitely, we can see that you're forging ahead. So, share with us the difference you really desire to make in the next couple of years.
Great question. Thank you. And I'm very proud to have influenced the fitness industry for over 30 years. And, I've been very blessed to be aligned, and I truly believe that's, effort and belief in, if you surround yourself with the greatness in others, that will allow you to expand your own. And so I've been very blessed, grateful, but I've also worked very hard. And I've also led with a really open mind. And my husband helped me identify that in putting together this profile, that I have this incredible desire for curiosity. I ask a lot of questions, and I love extracting from people knowledge. And I know you're the same. You have this incredible talent of extracting what helps people identify for themselves why they exist. And for me, I've always seen things could be different, could be better, and could be seen with greater value. And the fitness industry is one example. And so what I'd like to see and be remembered for is creating a fitness industry where a fitness professional is seen in the same light, valued with the same greatness and importance as your financial advisor and accountant, in the case of your financial health or wealth, to be seen as important as your healthcare professional. And therefore, in order to gain that credibility and to be called upon proactively or first as a source of education and coaching and motivation, fitness professionals will therefore need to develop themselves and to rely on educational institutions to further themselves. They will need to be proactive and hungry to learn and to acquire training, education, degrees, specialization in areas that will help them be a better coach as well as a great trainer, and more importantly, to be an advisor in someone's life, not just for the hour that they may coach or train with them in the gym or participate in their fitness class, but they're an influencer, so that when they have a question about how to eat healthier to get better results in the gym, or how to sleep better so that they can work out with more vigor, to have more stamina to overcome stress in their workday, that they look to their fitness professional for that knowledge and that guidance. But in order to be able to give that knowledge and guidance, you, as the fitness professional, need to be an expert. And while they're already experts, they need to take themselves more seriously, but also raise the bar for themselves and their peers and the industry at large. And that's what I've really worked my entire life to create and to help lead, and to lead by example, because people inspire people to action. Books, while they support people in their learning, although I say that and have to say I love books because it's like having a personal coach when I need them, but it's that face-to-face education and coaching that we need from people, so that the fitness professional is going to need to continue to move forward in their endeavors to become, as seen as important as any other caregiver in an individual's life. And so my thoughts, being that I've been working in the financial world, is I'd like to see that someone calls upon their fitness professional like they'd call upon their banker, their financial advisor, their accountant, their lawyer, their doctor, their physio, and so on and so forth. And I guess the last thought on that, because I always like the last word, is when I link this with, my other goals that I've had for the fitness industry, is I want to, shape a new holistic model of total wealth and health, while shaping the fitness profession and the fitness professional to be in sync with that new model of healthcare.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. I love it. I love how you share that face-to-face energy and that interaction, how it's so important to you. And it's another reason why you're everywhere. This world of motion. This whole where in the world is Mo. Like, you're literally helping so many people, and I love this combination of the financial and the fitness. I just think that's fantastic. And you are definitely an extractor of knowledge, and your leadership. I love that it's driven by this sense of curiosity. And one of the second last question I want to ask you here is I just want to tie into what you were just talking about with the difference you're making. You share a quote here. I want people to see their fitness professional in the same light as their financial advisor and accountant. And there's no question that as a global fitness ambassador, you've really raised the awareness of this industry, and I just think that's extraordinary, and it really truly makes you not only a visionary but an influencer. What is that one thing that you want to be remembered for creating years from now?
The one thing, the hope, the ability for fitness professionals who enter into the profession because they do have passion to help people become healthier. The one thing I'd like to be remembered for is providing that inspiration and hope that it is possible, the guidance for these new professionals and veterans who are continually striving to create a thriving career, to know that if they decide it can be, it will be, and if it's, my quote I always use, if it's to be, it's up to me, that they will be able to have the hope, the influence, the inspiration to then make that decision and choice, to then soar to the new heights required, to be that authentic, powerful, and important fitness role model and healthcare provider, so that they then will take the necessary steps. As you say, Jerry, first you got to decide, then you take action, and then you make it as great as you determine it to be. So that one thing is to help give them the inspiration and the hope, lead by my example to create a path for them to follow, with the knowledge that it's up to them to create the necessary paths from which they then will lead others.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so as we lead up into this final question, are you ready for the final question?
Yeah.
Final questions are deep. So, you're really starting to tap into your deeper why, and it's why the world's helped by you. Your reason for being is gaining clarity just at whole new levels every day, and I see it, and I'm honored to be a part of your journey. You recently celebrated what I believe is your most important milestone this year. So you celebrated your 20 years of marriage to this extraordinary man. And my question for you, the final question would be, how would you define Mo Hagan?
That Mo is who Mo is, and how Mo shows up is Mo. And when Mo has not so magnificent days, it's because she's human, and it's probably because she's tired from giving her whole heart, head, and sweat to a project that kept her up late at night. But Mo is who Mo is, and I bring out the best in Ken. He brings out the best in me. It's an incredible chemistry. We practice togetherness, not time, quantity-wise, but quality-wise. And we never underestimate or underappreciate each other. And that's the one thing that he would say is, I don't get Mo all the time, but when I do, I love her for who she is.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Mo Hagan of London, Ontario, Global Fitness and Health Ambassador. I call this a world of motion. It's the inside back cover of Defyeneurs, Visionaries, the last word. On behalf of Defyeneurs and everyday people doing extraordinary things, we want to thank you, Mo, for contributing your amazing vision to this issue of Defyeneurs. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, Jerry. You are an absolute inspiration, and I don't know what I'd be doing without you in my life.
Thank you so much.